are here and sat for more Beyonce, the one and only. You know, it's crazy to think that when I did my reaction to Renaissance, the album, back when the album first came out, it's a couple years now, right? That was my first ever full album Beyonce listening experience. And to have reached the point now where I'm living in the Beyonce universe, I'm like acutely aware of everything going on. I'm getting to witness history. I'm getting to witness this woman make history with whether it's the Renaissance tour, whether it's the Renaissance film, and whether it's this Act 2 that's been announced recently. All of just being able to be just a part of it and live during it, honestly, feels like such an honor in itself. So to be able to sit here and listen to another Beyonce album I've yet to listen to with you guys, experience this for the first time, it just feels like an honor, especially having lived the past couple of years with Beyonce, who continues to crush it, and having so much more perspective and appreciation for who this human being, who this woman is as a human and an artist, just is otherworldly. Listen to the Renaissance album in full, my first ever Beyonce listening experience, first ever Beyonce album listening experience. Watched on Patreon Beyonce's Homecoming documentary. Also watched and listened to on Patreon the Lemonade album. Talk about just life-changing experiences. And then to add on top of that, I went to the theater and I got to see Renaissance. And when I say got to see, emphasis on got to see, because easily the best film documentary I've ever seen in my entire life that like revolves around a musician and artist. That's like a film, like a concert film. Even though it's got like a lot of behind the scenes, it just has everything that you could ask from it. I've experienced all these different Beyonce things over the past year and a half, and I just feel like there's so much more to come, and that includes obviously Act 2. When that comes out, we'll sit and listen to that together and have the yeehaw time of our lives. But for now, we get to sit and listen to the album that I've chosen. I was choosing between 4 and Beyonce's self-titled album, because those were the most that I saw pop up in comments. 4 seems to be the one that I saw more in comments as far as the comments I was receiving. So we're going to listen to 4 first. Honestly, it's inevitable that we're going to listen to the self-titled one as well. So no worries if you have a preference for that album. 4 is the one we're sat listening to now as I prepare to jump into this album. Off the top, speaking of on top, I obviously know the song Love on Top on the Coachella set list, on the Renaissance set list as well. And again, I've seen those performances. I also obviously know Run the World, Girls. Those are the only songs by title that I recognize off this album. Maybe another one will play and I'll recognize it as it plays, but right off of, just off of reading, that's all I really recognize. Which gives me, again, basically a full album of brand new Beyonce songs. Lemonade, as I sit, is my favorite Beyonce project as a whole. That was what a fucking experience listening to and watching that. But I'm excited to like go across the Beyonce discography and kind of see like what ends up being the one that I gravitate towards the most, and being able to compare all these different eras of sound as well, because I know Beyonce changes things up with eras. She's so obviously doing now. We're gonna start off with a song we all know, that we all scream at the top of our lungs when it plays, Love on Top. We're gonna at the very least listen to the song, even though I'm completely familiar with the song, but we don't skip here. Let's do it. So catchy already. Even if you didn't know where the song was going, just starting off like that, you get so like excited about the prospects for where it might go, and then the fact that it goes where it goes is just iconic.
Honey, honey, I can see the stars all the way from here. Everybody asks me why I'm smiling out from ear to ear, but I know the only one I see. Come on, baby, it's you. You're the one that gets cut off. You're the one I can always call when I need to make everything stop. Finally, you put my heart on top.
You know what this song is? This song is like if aliens came to Earth and they had no idea what music was or anything, and you had the opportunity to play them a song. This has to be an option to just play to them and be like, yeah, this is what music, like the possibilities of like what music can sound like. Here you go. You're welcome. Please don't kill us.
You again and again and again and again. Now everybody asks me why.
It feels so good when it gets to this part. Yeah, it makes you want to smile ear to ear. bear with me. Like, I gotta show a little bit of appreciation for this song. It's not much of a reaction. Again, I've heard this song so many times, but we're still gonna appreciate it. We're here for this album. The video is for this album, so you're gonna get a little bit from me on this song at the very least. One thing about Beyonce is like one of my favorite vocalists, certainly. Like when I think of like who just like I enjoy hearing sing the most, she's up there. And the thing about like great vocalists is that oftentimes when you listen to like full albums from them, it's like you hear their voice so much that you just get so used to how great their vocals are that it almost like it still affects you, but you're almost like trying to listen for other things at a certain point. And it's almost like you forget how great a vocalist the person is. With a song like this, the main thing that I'm just so honed in on the entire time is like, oh my God, she's such a like historically good singer. Because this song vocally is ridiculous. It's like an attack. She's like attacking the vocal in the song as she goes on and on and on. And the song needs that. And that's why it's got like that whole, there's so many videos of like partners, right? Who are like singing this song and like pointing at each other like, no, it's you. Like, you're the one I love. You're the one I need. Like, it's such a bring people together type of song, especially because of the way she attacks the vocal. It's part of what makes this song so iconic. And then she goes up. And then she goes up. She goes up. And then we go up again. And we go up again. I don't really remember that. Holy shit. Holy shit. I know. Oh yeah, I'll be honest, I don't fully remember like the song Rise. Oh, I know this song. Okay. Yeah, I know this song. Party? I didn't think that I would know that. I was like, she has a song with Andre 3000. I know. Well, we'll get into it when we get into it. It goes up and up and up and up and up. Like, it's like a full blown, I said attack to describe it earlier, like a vocal attack. This whole song is an attack. She keeps attacking you. She's like, oh, you don't think I can get even more aggressive with it? Wait till this next part. Wait till this next part. Wait till this next part. If that song doesn't put you in a good mood, then you're just like doomed as a human. I don't know how else to help you. And then to start, it's crazy too, because like, that starts the album off. That's a high bar because it's not going to get better than that. It's impossible. The song is too great. But we'll see what the rest of the album sounds like. Party is the next track featuring Andre 3000. I really did not expect to know this song. But I pressed play and I know that beat immediately. So let's get into it.
We're bad girl and
Yeah.
your friends bad too. Oh.
Don't slow it down, just let it go. So in love, I'll give it all away. Just don't tell nobody tomorrow. So tonight.
This song is like the ultimate because I don't have this song like on my phone anywhere. So the only time I would have heard it is literally like at a party or at a gathering of some sort, whatever it might be. And I'm thinking back to how often I've heard this song, and it's quite a lot. Like I've heard this song a lot, and I feel like it's the essential. And it's called Party, so it's easy to say, but it almost feels like it's the essential party song. Like you can't throw a party without playing this song at some point in your party playlist set or if your DJ's there. I love that right there.
I don't care what they say. I don't care if they talking tomorrow. 'Cause tonight.
So 2 tracks in, I'm in a lot of familiar territory. I know both these tracks to start off the album. Apologize for that. I know we're usually here for like, you know, this is shit I've never heard before, but I'm always going to keep it real with you guys. Always. So I've heard those tracks. That's fine. We have 12 more. I am newly concerned that I might know the other ones, and I might have to scrap this whole, like I could just be talking to myself at this point, because I might have to scrap this whole video, depending on when we get to the other tracks, if I've heard them too. So let's get to School and Life, track 3. Whoa. Is this a preview of Renaissance?
This is for them 20-somethings. Time really moves fast. You were just 16. Raise up your glass and laugh like a motherfucker. This is for them 50-something. Hell, you're halfway there, baby. Take it to the head.
This is another party song. That's what happens. Yo. Oh, I like that. I'm great at writing physical love. I love the way she delivered that line. This is so feel good so far. I feel like I'm gonna overuse that term because the first two tracks were the very definition of feel good, but she's carrying that through. With this third track, carrying us through like a timeline, like speaking to like everybody of all ages, making sure that like you're all heard through your experience, and then now she's reflecting back to when she was younger. And I like the wordplay with the different like occupations she's going through here. Not a teacher, not a doctor. Really cool. Like that delivery right there really got me.
Make it feel better, but I'm great and right in physical love letters.
I love that. This is really, again, a little Renaissance coded, and it's just like got this really old school feel to it also. Okay. She's life experience. Again, she's schooling life. She's lived this life. She's gone through these experiences, and she's sharing knowledge based on these experiences. And you better heed this knowledge. This is so old school. That part right there. That's 3 straight tracks. She said y'all are going to have a good time in these first 3 tracks. Y'all are going to have a good time 3 straight tracks into my album 4 here that came out in 2013. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. I don't have it right in front of me. But yeah, feel good. First 3 tracks. I always struggle when it comes to like I can hear a sound and understand that there is very specific influence from an older era, and I can point that out, which this song very much has that influence from an older era, but I can't ever really pinpoint like what era exactly because I don't have a bunch of knowledge of music that goes that far back. Like I don't listen to that music. I never really have. One day on the channel it would be really fun to dive into that older music, and I'm completely open to that. I just haven't listened to it. I just know that this comes from an influence from an older time, much like a lot of the Renaissance sounds did, right? I would imagine I've heard enough Michael Jackson, not a lot, but enough to like kind of hear some of that in here. But yeah, it's just cool to hear that influence as opposed to like starting off the song with like, you know, you got Andre 3000 and like Kanye West introing Party, and it's such like that song is such of its time, and then you go to School in Life and it feels like you're in a different era, literally like a different decade. So that's really cool, like the differences in that. All right, Countdown, track 4. Please tell me I don't know this song. It has so many streams.
Boy, oh, killing me softly.
Another song.
And I'm still falling, still the one I need. I will always be.
I just didn't know I didn't know what the names of these songs were. I know this song. Let's have a good time. Let's play it out. My girls can't tell me nothing. I'm gone up in the brain. Yeah, she's down bad. So now they're like, and it reminds me of the vibe of, especially Love on Top. Like, it's crazy to hear some of the lyrics in this album and think that Lemonade came after this. It's fucking insane lyrically. I'm really curious to hear what she's talking about on the self-titled album now, because that was like an in-between moment, right? The song is crazy good.
with his chick right beside him. Ladies, if you love your man, show him you the flyest. Grind up on it, girl, show him how you ride it. Me and my booth, riding.
Obviously, like, I've seen, especially like Homecoming and the Coachella performance, but like the way she incorporates the horns into these tracks is not something that's really common in like major pop music, and it's really cool to hear that on these major tracks that, you know, are really well known.
You got me all gone. Don't ever let me go. Say you real loud if you fly. If you leave me, you out of your mind.
One last countdown.
He picked me up, we made me feel so lucky. He kissed me in his sweet me making love it. Still the one I do this. I'm trying to make us from that. Still the one.
Is it over? I didn't want that to be over. That's such a good time. I am genuinely sorry that we're 4 tracks in and I know 3 of them. I didn't expect that. I really didn't. I was like, party? I don't know what that is. Like, going into, like, even considering this, if, I'll be honest, if I knew that I knew those first 3 out of 4 and Run the World was coming, I probably wouldn't have even done this. But we're already 4 tracks in. I'm going to keep going and see where we end up with this. These songs are incredible. Like, Countdown. I like Countdown more than Party, like I said. I'm just going off of the tracks that I know. Love on Top is still, like, unbeatable to me as a song. Probably, like, in her whole discography, maybe. Like, if I was looking at her discography as a whole, Love on Top is just, like, very special. And if I'm going out of the ones I've heard so far, Countdown would be my favorite one after Love on Top. Countdown is a special song. Like, again, to lay an instrumental like that and be like, give me a vocal, like, make a song out of this, and then you come up with the end result of Countdown, it's ridiculous. It's artistry. Like, it's truly artistry to be able to make a song out of that, and all the different places it goes. It's crazy. All right, I Miss You, track 5. It's a fucking party so far. 4 tracks into this album. This album is feel good. Like, Countdown's all about, like, being really down bad for somebody. And the tracks 2 and 3 and 4 will full blown party, and like track 1 is also being down bad but having a good time with it, and Countdown's having a good time with it. We're just having a good time with everything so far. Maybe I Miss You's gonna go a different place. We'll see.
Why is that?
Oh, I don't know this. This is nice.
You're the only image in my mind, so I still see you.
Gonna get a ballad? Beyonce ballad?
Words don't ever seem to come out right.
Oh my god, her voice back there is so special. That back vocal.
It hurts my pride to tell you how I feel.
Oh my god.
Why is that?
It's such a fucking perfect choice, because like she's got like this monotone delivery of the main part of the vocal, because it's like she's trying to protect herself a little bit, you know, trying to separate herself emotionally from this situation of missing someone so much, but maybe it's like not someone you should involve yourself with. Certainly, like, we'll get to more lyrics, so I'll understand the situation better, but it is a situation that's like not ideal. And when it is, oftentimes you try and emotionally separate yourself. You try. It's the best thing you can try and do, but oftentimes you can't, and that real feeling comes out, and that's that background vocal. That's the real feeling. The emotion and that backing vocal, hearing her like sing in the back, like belting her heart out, sound like she's on the verge of essentially like tears or whatever you want to call it, is fucking beautiful and such a great choice. I need it again, and I hope it keeps happening in this song.
Words don't ever seem to come out right.
That's so good.
I still mean why is that?
Oh,
It hurts my pride to tell you how I feel.
God.
But I still need to.
Oh, it's such a good choice.
Why is that? But it's everything. I miss you like every day. Wanna be with you, but you're away. Said I miss you, missing you insane. But if I got with you, could it feel the same?
I love this track, and this is, when I'm talking about in Love on Top, when I talk about her vocal being one of my favorite vocals to ever exist, this is a wonderful example of that, because it's like, this is like an R&B ballad, relatively simple. it's like instrumentally and whatnot, like, but her vocal takes it completely somewhere else. Her vocal takes it to a whole different level, a whole different place, and you're able to take so much emotion away from the song because of her vocal and the delivery. You feel every bit of it, you believe every bit of it. Yeah, vocally stunned by that song, and I shouldn't be at this point by Beyonce, but the choices made in that song were exquisite. All right, Dance For You, track 6. Song's got a lot of streams. I'm waiting to press play and see if I've heard this. Let's go.
Wanna show you how much you got your girl feeling good. Wanna show you how much you understood. Wanna show you how much I value what you say. Wanna make that body rock. Sit back and watch. Tonight I'm gonna dance for you. Tonight I'm gonna dance for you. Tonight I'm gonna put my body on your body. Boy, I like it when you watch me. Tonight it's going down.
I've heard this song. If you couldn't tell from my reaction when it started playing. This is like the perfect R&B song, is what I'll say about this. This is like the definition of perfect R&B. I love this right here. It really gets me.
I can't help but to think about it day and night. I wanna make that body rock. Sit back and watch. I'll be swirling on my back, swirling on your back.
I just had, like, how many babies do you think got made to this song? Is what's in my head right now.
I wanna put my body on your body. Promise not to
A lot.
touch my body, 'cause it's about to go.
The answer is a lot. It's 6 minutes and 17 seconds. That is a long song. Doesn't feel that long though. Really doesn't feel that long listening to it. This, I don't know if she toured this album, but that concert must have been so fun. Like between like perfect R&B music like A Dance For You and the first 4 tracks that are so feel good, so like fucking just have the time of your lives while you're listening to these songs. It must have been, if it happened, I don't know if she toured this album or not, but if it did, my goodness, what a fucking time. And that's what I'm thinking. Like I'm smiling so hard, just like picturing what a great time that would have been. But that's who Beyonce is, a great time. That's what Renaissance was. It was like, have a great time, feel free, feel safe, have the best night of your life tonight in this environment. I'm coming to realize that like that's who she is as an artist, and as a human. And I can't be any more grateful to just be able to listen to an artist and have this artist share this music with me who has those sorts of core values. Yeah, shout out to Beyonce again. I stand. I can't believe I know another song. I'm gonna keep apologizing. This has happened before with other albums, once or twice I want to say, and I just don't put the video out. I'm leaning towards putting this video out, so I just want to say ahead of time, for the 50,000th time, I apologize. I Care is track 7. Also, there's a lot of bangers on this album. Again, a lot of songs that I recognize. We haven't even gotten to Run the World and End of Time and Best Thing I Never Had, which I'm worried I might know those songs too because of the streams on them. There's like, it's like up and down, just like a lot of songs that were out, like, you know, like if I know of them, I'm assuming that a lot of other people know of them, you know, that they've got a lot of staying power in the general public. So anyways, I Care, or Beyonce is just big in New York. and I just happen to hear all these songs being from New York, and people like really fuck with Beyonce in New York, which they do. All right, I Care, track 7.
I told you how you hurt me, baby.
Oh.
But you don't care. La, 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 la. Oh, I care. I know you don't care too much, but I still care.
La, 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 la. I love that. I think there's a horn in there too. Ooh, man, she always sneaks up on you with like these vocals that throw you off like in the best way. Sounds like there's more horns in there too. But again, the ability to incorporate these horns, which makes sense again after watching Homecoming.
Ever since you knew your power, you made me cry.
Take advantage, right? You said you made me cry. Ever since you knew your power, you made me cry. That's so fucking deep. Ever since you knew your power, think of that Billie Eilish song, right? Don't abuse your power. And Billie was talking about like even bigger things in a bigger picture, but like it's the same sentiment. Like you realize the power you hold over someone because of the feelings they have for you, and you take advantage of that completely. And all you do is hurt this person because you know you can get what you want. You can get away with what you want. That is a line right there.
I try to tell you all my fears. You still don't care. That's okay.
Yeah, you try to tell. I mean, shout out to Beyonce for putting people on to some more life advice like she was doing in School and Life. But you try and put someone on to your fears and they just don't give a damn about what you have to say. Red flag. Big fat red flag. Oh.
I know you don't care too much, but I still care. Oh, I care. I know you don't care too much, but I still care. The beat's so in love. Now you don't care no more.
I don't think anyone attacks Perry Edwards is the only other person I can think of that like attacks the vocals the way Beyonce does. They're the only two I can think of that like it's an attack. Like it feels like an attack on me. Love this song. I fucking love this song. Top tier track. One of my favorites. I'm gonna be playing the mess out of that song at the end of this and like future playlists and all that. Okay, great. I definitely this is the lowest stream on the album, so I know I'm not gonna have heard this next one. And when we get through with that, then we'll be 4 for 4 and 4. 4 I heard, 4 I didn't hear. That's not terrible. All right, Rather Die Young, track 8. Let's keep going, guys.
'Cause I'd rather die young than live my life without. I'd rather not live
Whoa.
at all
Whoa.
than live my life without you.
Whoa.
'Cause I'd rather die young than live my life without. I'd rather not
That's
live
nice.
as nice. 'Cause I'd rather die young than live my life without. I'd rather not live my life without you. 'Cause I'd rather die young.
Another great love song. Pretty much been love songs up and down for the most part. We took a break from that, and I Care certainly, which kind of is a love song. Her expressing her love anyway on her end. Unfortunately, it got pushed too far.
Nobody understands what we've been through. I'd rather give up everything than to live my life without you.
It's a good song. I think it relies on its repetitiveness a little bit, maybe just a little bit much for me. But it's still a good song, and only a vocalist like Beyonce can pull off a song like that. That's mainly what I'm thinking of as the song's going on. I'm just like, again, she's attacking vocally. She's on the attack, and only someone like her could pull off a song like this, because you've got to be, again, a Beyonce or a Perry. There's other vocalists too, but like, I don't want to start naming names. 1+1, track 9.
If I ain't got nothing,
Oh, I'ma like this.
I got you. If I ain't got something, I don't give a damn. 'Cause I got it with you. I don't know much about algebra, but I know
Same.
1 + 1 = 2.
Hey, she was saying that in School and Life. At least she's consistent.
Baby, we ain't got nothing without love.
Yeah.
Darling, you and I don't know when I'm gonna die, but I hope that I'm gonna die by you. Hey, and I don't know much about fighting, but I know I will fight for you.
Oh, she's in love. She is in love. Love making, love. A lot of ballads aren't love making songs, and she found a way to make a love making, love ballad songs. That one definitely sticks out as far as all the Beyonce songs I've ever heard when it just comes to like straight ballads. So much appreciation for that song for that. Track 10 is End of Time. It makes me think again of the Justin Timberlake collab, but that's Until the End of Time. So I doubt it's going to be that. It does have a lot of streams. The next 3 songs I'm nervous about. Like, have I heard them? We'll see. Let's just play it. Hope for the best.
I'll be your baby. I promise not to let you go. Love you like crazy. Say you'll never let me go. Say you'll never let me go. Say you'll never let me go.
And the way she utilizes the band, and knowing that she utilizes that to the max in the live performance as well, is a really cool connection to make. I recognize this song, but I'm wondering if it's from having heard it versus like having heard it casually over the years versus having heard it performed potentially as part of the set list in the couple concerts from Beyonce that I've seen on film, whether that be Homecoming or Renaissance. I'm having a hard time discerning where I've heard it. I've talked multiple times about her singing over instrumentals that I would have never in 1,000 years been able myself to lay a vocal on and just figure out how to turn into a song. This is another one because this has got so much of that band dynamic, that marching band dynamic, whatever you want to call it. I'm having a tough time figuring out how she turned this into a sensible song, and she totally did. It's a song that works. I'm trying to figure out how she did that. That's like, again, her superpower. That's what I'm realizing as I listen to more and more Beyonce songs. Yeah, this is... I love her voice. They're about to dive back into that chorus, but really quick, her voice. I love the proclamation. They're like, I just want to be with you. The way she's like, don't you understand? Like, this is what I really want. Don't you hear me singing at the absolute pinnacle of my voice to get it off my chest to let you know how I feel? That again, just captured, like, this song very much represents a lot of this album. It's just as far as like, listen to these songs and have a good time and understand that this woman's in love. Diplo being the lead writer on this song is insane. Just not a collaboration I would have expected, nor this would have been the sound that I would have expected. Maybe I just don't know Diplo that well. All right, track 11, Run the World, Girls. Of course I know this song. I don't know what my familiarity is with just like listening to the track from start to finish though. I just know that she very much incorporates the song into her set lists, and I know the song, but let's listen to it and see what the deal is. Oh yeah. Yeah. That kind of End of Time followed by Run the World is kind of insane. I just want to throw that out there. Like from a track list point of view, and like like if you're just listening to these songs and wondering like, because music often inspires your mood, right? And like if you're gonna play this album to inspire your mood and you get End of Time followed by Run the World, my goodness, are you on one in the best way? Yeah. I love how often she makes sure to this is the second time, but I know she's done it aside from these 2 tracks. She lets you know where she's from. Like, that's such a key for her in her music. Not to overextend like this point, but this is another great example of like, how in the world did you lay vocals on top of this? And like, how'd you turn this into a song? It just blows my mind. I need a barber because none of them can fade me. Don't be scared to run this back. I'm rapping for the girls who taking over the world. Happy raise a glass for the college grads. She's singing along to those drums. How is she doing that? The girls who taking over the world. Happy raise a glass for the college grads. Crazy. That's crazy. Back to business. Yo, that line is fucking crazy because she's the definition to like making these children and getting right back to business. It's documented. It's like she's done it over and over again. Like her ability to, you know, have a child and then get right back in the lab and like, you know, get herself conditioned enough to perform in front of, you know, a stadium full of people over and over again. We've seen it. And we've seen the work she's put in to get back to that point. It's insane. And again, it's literally only something a woman can do. And it's why they run the world, right? That's why the song is so important. Yeah, this is such an important song. Most important on the album. And all Beyonce does is make important music. Listening, and it's not something like, as someone who was more of just like I knew about Beyonce's like big hits before I got into Renaissance, I wouldn't have been able to make that proclamation. Like I wouldn't have been able to say like Beyonce makes important music. It would have just been more like Beyonce's one of the all-time greatest. I know that much, right? But like as you actually listen to Beyonce's music and familiarize yourself with it, for me anyway, my biggest takeaway probably is that she makes incredibly important music. And yeah, that's just been something that's very very humbling, I guess I should say. Again, just feel honored to even walk the same earth as somebody making important music like this. All right, and I love that song's like on the set lists that I've seen, because it's just a song that has to live on forever. She can never take this song off any set lists. Best thing I never had. There's almost no way I'm not gonna have known this song because it has so many streams, but I don't recognize the title. We'll see. Let's play it.
There was a time I thought that you did everything right. No lies, no wrong. When I think of the time that I almost loved you, you showed your ass and I saw the real you. Thank God you blew it. Thank God I dodged a bullet.
What is this? It's change.
Baby, good looking out. I wanted you bad. I'm so through with that. 'Cause honestly, you turned out to be the thing I never.
Damn.
You
Goosebumps.
and it's stuck to be you right now.
Okay, first of all, wow, I have actual goosebumps. I couldn't stop that song at any point. I needed to let that play out. I don't even understand the fact that I don't recognize this song whatsoever. I'm just going off of streams because I've been convinced at this point to just figure that I'm gonna know the song. I don't know this song at all, and I'm so glad that I don't, because this is an experience listening to this song. The way it starts out with that piano and the way she sings on top of that piano doesn't make any sense to me. Again, she has a complete superpower that I've never heard any other artist have before, where they're able to sing. Their voice is such a superpower in its own right that they can turn these instrumentals into their own song and make it make complete sense and make it like a song that actually is great ultimately when you reach the end of it. The fact that like she's just singing over piano like that, and then the song starts to structure itself, and then she's talking about like, I saw your ass, like I saw you for who you really were, like you exposed yourself for who you really were by whatever action they did, and then turns it into like this whole like, well, you know, you're the best thing I never had, like, you know, you fucked up and thankfully you did, because that really worked out for me. Like I you know, like it's like it's very much an anti-love song, where thankfully this didn't happen, because my goodness, if it did, like that would have been a disaster for me, which is very different from like, you know, an I Care, or like, you know, Love on Top, or a lot of these other songs like 1+1, right, that we've got on this album. Like this really changes it up, and I'm really here for it, because like it's kind of crazy because it sounds like a love song, but the lyrics kind of go against that. I love this, one of my favorites so far.
Guess that's why they ain't there. But I think that there was a time that I almost loved you.
I love when she goes lower register like that.
And baby, yes, I saw the real you. Thank God you blew it. Thank God I dodged a bullet. I'm so over you, baby. Good looking out. I wanted you back.
I love those fucking lyrics. I'm so over. It's like the way you talk to someone, you know, like written in song. I'm so over you. Like, thank God you showed your ass. I'm So Over You, Good Looking Out. Like, good looking out is what you say to someone, like, when you are, you know, genuinely thankful, like they've done you a favor. Like, it's like, oh, good looking out. Like I said to my friends all the time, except I would have never thought to say that to, like, a partner who, like, fucked up and did me a favor by showing themselves fucking up, so I didn't go any further in the relationship with them. It's just so clever, the songwriting, in a way where it's so conversational, but she turns it into, like, this actual song, this huge song. It's like a huge ballad of a song. It sucks to be you right now. That's such a great outro. I bet it sucks to be you right now. Just saying that over and over again. Really hammer that point across. I'm not here for guessing. I mean, because, like, she's been with the same person for so long, and I know it's been, like, on and off. And, like, I watched Lemonade. I experienced Lemonade. I never get into, like, I avoid it as much as I possibly can anyway. Like, who artists could be talking about, what these songs could be, like, specifically, like, prying into their personal lives. But it's interesting because, like, this album, there's, like, love songs that are clearly love songs, and there's other songs that are the, like, best thing I never had, like, is totally the other end of that. Yet I know she's been with the same person. So, like, I wonder when she songwrites, I wonder if she pulls from experiences that are super old, like way before her long relationship that she's been in, or if she actually does, like, reference the turmoil and the ups and downs, particularly the downs in her relationship, to make a song like this, or if she just writes from, like, a other person's perspective, you know, which certainly, you know, is also, like, completely within her capabilities. So something I think about, like, as a songwriter. Start Over, track 13. Let's jump into this thing.
I feel weak. We've been here before. 'Cause I feel we keep going back and forth.
Oh.
Maybe it's over. Maybe we're through.
I love that, man. The way she sings that "Maybe We're Through," the maybe, oh, special.
It's over. Maybe we're through.
Damn.
Maybe we reached the mountain peak and there's no more left to climb. And maybe we lost the magic piece and we're both too blind to find. Let's start over.
Damn.
Let's give love their wings. Let's start over.
Oh, that huge over. This feels so nice. And that "Let's Start Over" and the way she attacks vocally sounds just so great. It's such a treat on your ears to listen to her do the "Start Over" and know she's going to do it again. I know there's a possibility she's going to do it again, but go even bigger, which has been a theme on some of these songs. And then I love the drop, the "Maybe We Can't," like the way she sort of drops that after that is really good choice as well. This is another one of my favorites. So
Maybe we can start over. Start over. And let's give love their wings for the life.
yeah, this is one of my favorites. The vocal on this is incredible. I grew up on early 2000s R&B. That's my I know I used to always say, like, that's my favorite music of all time, but I've listened to so much music now at this point that it's hard to say that, because I appreciate so much different types of music at this point in my life. But that's what I grew up on, so it always has a special place in my heart. That song is so reminiscent of so much of the music I grew up on. So that song's gonna have a special place in my heart off this album. There's a lot of like, I know I recognize so many of these songs, but some of the songs that I have listened to with you guys here for the first time that I have never heard are real standouts on this album. I Care is a huge standout. Best Thing I Never Had is a huge standout. Start Over is a huge standout. And 1+1 is just like a really special ballad. That's 4 tracks. I had never heard any of those. And yeah, I'm really gonna like walk away from this album having some new favorite songs, which is why like ultimately I've already decided this video is gonna go up, even though it's gonna be kind of different than most, because you know we've gone over it, and we'll probably go over it again at the end. We have one more track, I Was Here, track 14. Let's close off what's been a really, really good time so far. I have her singing Start Over the third time, where she really fucking goes for it, stuck in my head right now.
When I leave this world, I'll leave no regrets. Leave something to remember, so they won't forget I was here. I lived, I loved, I will leave my mark, so everyone will know I was here. I say I live each day until I die, and know that I meant something in somebody's life.
That's
Hearts I have touched will be the proof that I leave.
this is like understanding the legacy of Beyonce and hearing live. It's like actually making me emotional. Understanding that legacy and hearing lines like this is insane, especially like what she's accomplished after this album, which is so much more. I want to sit like I want to know that I had something in somebody's life, like I had an effect. The hearts I have touched will be the proof that I leave. Next line is going to be that I made a difference. This world will see. Beyonce, you made more than a difference. You like you're like all time. You can name a list of like historical figures that impacted this world, and you can't make that list without Beyonce's name in there, which is because it's so beyond music. Yeah, music is like where the messages come from.
Leave my mark, so everyone will know I was here.
Yes.
I lived, I loved, I was here. I did, I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I will leave my mark, so everyone will know I was here.
This song is so resonating with me because I feel like I can't speak for everyone else, but I feel like a lot of people do share this feeling. And as a human being, it is my more than anything, first and foremost, I am motivated by leaving a mark on this world. By when it's my time in life is no longer when it's up, when it's time for me to get the hell out of this world. I hope that like I impacted people in some kind of way, preferably positive, and leave them with something to take from my experience in this world. And that's what this song is all about, like just leaving your mark on the world in a positive way. It's so resonating because I don't hear a lot of songs talk about that, which I feel like is a very human thing. Like a lot of the times you feel like you haven't accomplished enough in life, and a lot of that comes from that feeling like you feel like time's running out, like TikTok, right? A lot of that comes from the feeling of like I haven't accomplished the things I want to accomplish, and a lot of the core of that is I haven't left my mark. Like I have not left my mark on this world yet. And in your pursuit of that, oftentimes you forget to live and enjoy life. But a song like this is so important to just remind me personally of like what really matters in life, and it's the effect you have on others. So shout out to her for making this song. I'm picturing her singing this, like say she has like a final concert, which is so far away from now hopefully, but say she like says like commits to like this is my final concert or live performance or whatever, and imagine like she sings I Was Here, like it closes the set list, whatever the situation might be. Like just think about like the mess of tears and emotion that not only she would be but all of us would be as viewers. It would be insane. I'm glad I'm listening to this song and being introduced to this, because I feel like this is an important song in her discography. You did that. That's right. Just because I was here. Oh, hell yes. Yeah, I love that. Oh.
I was here.
Oh. Damn. Oh man, this is an emotional song. This is a really emotional song. It's like, because you did that, and what's crazy is she already did that at this point, and now all these years later, she's multiplied that by fucking 10, whatever number you want to pick. It's just crazy to think about a song like this existing when it existed versus what she's accomplished up to this point, and just how she's far surpassed the sentiment of I Was Here. What a way to close this album. Wow, I did not expect that. I Was Here. I love that we get the mix of tracks at the end that go in a lot of different places, like Run the World, Girls. Obviously, that song's obvious. Like, what it's about is very obvious. Best Thing I Never Had, Start Over, and I Was Here. Those tracks are all about completely different things, and that's coming off of love-making tracks. It's coming off of, like, love music just to party. School and Life were just about, like, life lessons. Like, there's just so many different types of music. Like, this album has so much for somebody that's looking for, like, a lot of different things. It gives you so much. Is my biggest takeaway probably from this album, is that, like, again, it's kind of all over the place in the best way. I can't do, like, usually I give you guys my favorites, but I'm not going to do that this time, just because out of 14 tracks, I knew 6 of them, which I did not expect. I thought it was only going to be 2. I was hoping it wouldn't go past 3, but it got to 6. That means I had 8 tracks that were fresh to my ears, so we got to experience that for the first time together, guys, and hopefully the thoughts I gave you on the 6 tracks that I did hear before, hopefully that was worth something as far as the thoughts I gave on those tracks. Definitely going to do the self-titled album, and as I sit here and say that, I want to quickly go over what songs in the self-titled album I recognize. Drunk in Love, obviously. Partition, I don't know. That has a lot of streams. I don't recognize that by title, but I feel like when it plays, I'm going to know it. I know EXO. I might know Flawless, but I'm not 100% sure. Either way, there's only 2 or 3 songs off this album that I know. So hopefully when we get to that album, I recognize less than I did on this album. We'll see. We will get to that. I assure you all. Again, just focusing on 4 here. Had a great time. You know, to be honest, I think my biggest feeling leaving 4 is that I'm really, really just eager to get into the rest of Beyonce's music. I couldn't be more excited for the Renaissance Act 2 and the fact that there's more Beyonce music that I haven't heard, such as the self-titled album we're going to get into. And it's going to be a lot of Beyonce coming up on the channel, so hope you guys are cool with that and ready for that. Hope you had a good time with me here. I love you guys all very much. Thanks for hanging out with me. Peace.